Okay, welcome everybody. We're here to start with the second day of the Nerd Certified Developer Bootcamp. Here is Isaac, who is the instructor that leads the Nerd Certified Developer Bootcamp. So Isaac, go ahead. This is space for you.
Thank you, Chris. Hi, everyone. Like Christian said, welcome everyone to this near certified developer second day. Let me start sharing my screen. So yeah, there's a lot of things we're gonna do today, or I want to cover today. So I'm gonna try to speed through everything, so you guys have everything you need in order to start developing your smart contract or anything, right? So first of all, I'm gonna make a few announcements, or gonna send you a couple links. It okay. So I sent these links on here on Discord, but in case you don't have them, uh, I'm gonna send them here on Zoom's chat. Okay, so first link, that's an Airtable link. I need you, everyone that's participating in this course needs to be registered in the course itself. So I need you guys to fill out that form I just sent. Everyone needs to have that form filled out. So if you still haven't done that, please do so as soon as possible. It is really necessary for you guys to be registered here in the course. So if you're missing out, just please uh, do so as soon as possible. Okay, second link, I sent it also on Telegram and on Discord. That's a Notion site. Okay, so that link I just sent you is this document. This is going to be your guide for all of the course. We couldn't see it yesterday, but now I'm gonna give it a quick overview. Um, this is your guide. Everything you're gonna need in order to successfully finish this course or this certification, it's in here, right? So this combined with what we are teaching you in these sessions are everything you need in order for you to get certified. So it is divided by days. Well, the day one was yesterday. It's mostly read out about Web 3, Web 3.0, and all of the core concepts of this movement. And day two is write code for Web3. It says it here. If you click, you're gonna find, well, basically your homework. We're gonna do some of the stuff that's in here today. I'm gonna teach you how to do some of these things, mostly the part of running the repositories and deploying an app that's already working in Near. So yeah, the rest, it's up to you guys. There are some bonus activities, and if you still want to keep working on today, there are some more activities here on assembly script and Rust. So let's just a quick overview. Uh, Use this document, is your holy grail for this course, right? So it's very important you guys read out and do all of the activities that are planned in here. So that's second announcement. And third announcement, I see more people have registered here on the teams. Nice, Rose. I see you just wrote your name there. Okay, so I'm gonna send this link here on the chat too. If anybody's missing to join a team, please do so. We're about to start working on the project itself. Here on Discord, Chris. The Zoom thingy blocks me from clicking that tab. Okay, so here on Discord, remember there's the Africa NCD section, and there are some channels for you guys to use. And like team one should pick the team one channel, so all of these people can work on their channel. This is in order just for us to have it a bit more organized, right? And in order for you guys to have a workspace. So yeah, if there are only 5 channels currently, if we need more, we can create more. That's no problem. But yeah, this comes mainly to the fact that you guys need to register on your team, right? So if you haven't done that, just go ahead and do so. Please, you pick whatever random team you want, and that's it. So let me see. I think there's fewer people today, so I hope more people comes. So yeah, well, that's pretty much it for the start. And now I need to know if anybody has already uh, defined their proposal. You guys have any idea of what do you want to code for this week? Have you thought about it? So I want to hear you guys, everyone. If nobody speaks, I'm gonna point someone to speak, and they'll have to tell me if they have think about something. So yeah, anyone? Cynthia, you want to share with us? Oh, Cynthia, no, don't mute yourself. Anybody that has begun working on their proposal? You're very quiet. Like, I get the language can be like a huge barrier for any of us, and I understand if you guys don't feel comfortable speaking in English, that's okay. But I really want to hear of this from one of you guys. If you have thought of anything, if you have defined something. So maybe Brian Adams, you want to tell us if you have done your proposal? Ismail Hamisi. I hope I'm pronouncing those names right, by the way. Apologies in advance if I butchered your names. Ismail Michael Duati. I think that's how it's pronounced. Anybody? You guys are being really hard right now with me. So. There's a few.
Yeah, I think I can go.
Okay, Michael. Great. Go ahead. Thank you so much.
So probably I had something in mind
Okay.
which I could work with. However, I normally believe in teamwork, especially once we arrange ourselves in groups. We need to agree on a common goal. But personally, I'm thinking of something in the line of funds, how to aggregate funds for all the courses and track how these funds are spent in a way that, for instance, an organization like WHO, which requires donors, it can run a campaign and then people can fund in different. So the project itself, the mandate is to ensure that there's ability of money that's being donated and how it's spent, and also probably later on we can have a token out of it, which can be given back as a token of appreciation or an NFT of some sort.
Okay.
So
Well,
still something, a concept, but we'll put flesh into it.
nice, Michael. That actually sounds huge. It might sound a bit too huge for a project for this new certified developer. So yeah, I like it. I like where you're going. But like you said, maybe
Hello.
once you get some groups, you can like define your again. Oh, thank you, Ismail. Okay, thank you, Michael, for sharing that with us. Okay, So I'm gonna keep going just because, like I said, there's a lot of things I want to teach you guys today. And I condensed it in this small list. What do I need in order to start coding, in order to start working here with NIR? First of all, when you register to the course, you have to create your mainnet wallet.
Yes, yes, I'm glad to catch this course.
I can hear someone's mic. It's on mute, so please, guys, if you can get your cameras turned off, and that's okay. If you can turn it on, go ahead and do so. If you can't, file problem. But I actually like to your microphone get to know everyone's voice. So if you don't speak right now, I'll be making you speak and later in the course. So better take a chance. Maybe I'll ask you something. I can hear myself from yesterday's session. Now you gotta seize these opportunities to just say, "Oh, hi, hi." Now you know my voice. Yeah. Now you don't have to make me talk anymore. So yeah. Well, let's start with this small presentation I got here. Well, again, welcome to NIR Certified Developer. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. Isaac Klassen or Ismail. Thank you so much, Ismail, for muting your microphone. Okay, sorry guys. Like I was writing the host to mute that microphone. Okay, so well, first of all, like I said, we need our NIR testnet account. You guys registered and created your NIR mainnet account, but we're not just gonna use that one for the course. We need to since we're gonna be doing a lot of coding, a lot of testing, a lot of that, if we would use the mainnet account, we would basically be spending money just running tests. So NIR has another network, that's the testnet network, and there the tokens are so those tokens don't exist. So I'm gonna teach you quickly, guys, how to create your NIR testnet account, and you can actually mirror this to creating your mainnet account. So it's actually the same process, just the difference being that tokens on mainnet account are real and tokens on testnet account are not. So yeah, we're gonna start with that. And we're gonna go to wallet.testnet.nir.org. I'm gonna say something. Feel free to raise your hand here on Zoom.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, as you send you that link, and well, right now I already have one wallet here, so I'm gonna just create a new account, and you're gonna see this screen. So here you just need to write your name and .testnet, and that's gonna be your account. Like you can just put anything you want here. Well, my name is Isaac Class, and I'm just gonna put Isaac.testnet. Oh, that's taken. Isaac Class. That testnet, and that would be my testnet account. I already have a bunch, so I'm not gonna create it. Well, but if you are going to do so, you're gonna click reserve my account ID. Then from here, you need to choose a security method. The easiest one is this one, the secure passphrase. So let's use that one. If you want to use your email, you can use your email. But this is Web3, right? So we don't want to give too much information. So let's keep going. And then it's asking me to set up a secure passphrase. So since you guys can see this, you actually could have access to that account. If I ended up actually creating it, I'm not gonna create it. But basically, you need to copy these words and click continue. And it's going, in order to verify that you actually save your passphrase, it's going to ask you write word number 6. I have no idea what's word number 6, but if you would write it correctly and verify and complete, it will actually create your account. So that's pretty much what you need to do in order to create a testnet account. And we would have it right here. So like I said, I have a bunch of accounts already. There's no need for me to create another one. But if you guys don't have a testnet account, that's the way you do it. So that's our first step done. Like you saw, it took like 2 minutes maybe to do, and that's it. Okay, the next steps aren't that easy. Okay, the next step would be choosing our operating system that we're gonna be working on. So I use Linux, so it's a bit easier to code near in Linux. But if you use Windows, you can install the WSL. All of this process and all of this documentation is right here. I'm gonna send you this link, and here in this site, you're gonna see basically all you need to know in order for you to install the near CLI. So the first thing you need to install is the WSL. That's the Linux console on Windows. So you can use the Linux console on Windows. Okay, and that's quite a long process. I don't have Windows, so I can show you how to do that. But it's quite straightforward. Just click next, 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 and that should be it. Like as easy as installing anything else on Windows. So once you have that, we can check that one out. We already have Linux or WSL. Next, we're gonna need npm or well, no, we're gonna need Node.js. You can install Node.js directly, or you can install npm, which is a node version manager. I would recommend installing this one, the npm. But if you want to just install node, you can just click here, and that's the nodejs.org, and that's it. That's the official link, right? And you would need a package manager. You can use npm or yarn. I use npm just because of personal preference, but you can, if you already are using yarn or you want to use yarn, that's up to you. It's practically the same. It's just the difference are too technical. So for little course, it doesn't really matter which one you choose, right? So once we have that, we can I don't know what's the exact command. Oh yeah, npm. We have the node version manager, and that's the version we have installed. I think it's like this. Yeah, node, and we can see we have that version installed. There are newer versions, I think, but I'm using that one. I haven't actually updated it, so it doesn't really matter. Also, the course is too simple. It only needs to be about Node, the version number 12. Okay, that's it. We install Node, we install npm or yarn, and we install a Node version manager. Now we need a dev environment. I'm guessing most of you already have something like this installed. I'm using Visual Studio. So you can use any editor you want to use. It also doesn't really matter. I just use Visual Studio because of personal preference. That's actually one of the easiest parts. And now we'll need the near CLI. Okay, near CLI is actually just a node package. You can find it on just Google it, near CLI. You can just find it here in the node package JS site. So it's just a node package. That's why we needed to install Node in order for us to have the near CLI. And the command to install this package is actually pretty easy. Just npm install g -g and near CLI. If you click enter, it's going to begin installing. Once it ends, that's it. That you don't have to do anything else, and we would have the near CLI. what this allows us to do is to actually interact with contracts inside of the new blockchain. I'm gonna be showing you guys how to do this in a bit. So yeah, once we have our near CLI, the last thing we need to do is log in. So we're just gonna write this command, near login. We press enter, and it's gonna send us to our web browser. And it's this, what we're doing here is basically giving our command line interface access to our account. So whatever transactions we made, we can actually make them via this console, right? So I have a bunch of accounts, like I told you, so I'm just gonna use a random one, and you select the account you just created, click next, connecting with my account. And here at the bottom, you can see that it says this site is requesting full access to your account. To enable full access, you'll be asked to verify your account ID. What does this mean, full access? So basically, there are two types of access you can give to an account. One is the ability for you to sign transactions, but not to transfer tokens. So most the apps, and you'll see in a bit when I compile one of the apps that we have working here on here, most apps just get this kind of access. You can sign transactions, you can view information inside of the blockchain, but you cannot transfer tokens. For transferring tokens, you actually have to authorize. It takes you to the wallet site, and you have to click authorize, and that would be it. However, this access we're giving to our CLI, it's a full access, right? So I'm gonna be able to actually transfer tokens right from the console. So this guys, I need you to understand that. It's going to ask me to confirm my account. So I've seen that testnet, and I'm gonna confirm. It takes a while because my internet's kind of slow. But yeah, once we're done with that, you're logged in. Please close this window. We can just go ahead and close this. We don't need this anymore. And you're gonna see that the login has been successful, right? Okay, so now I can actually interact with the blockchain using just my console. I'm gonna show you in a bit how we're gonna do that. So you can see this account that I have here has 3,092 tokens. So that's a lot of tokens, but those are fake tokens. Those are used just for development. And well, that's pretty much all we need to do with the wallet creation. We already saw what we need to install. Most of the documentations of how to install are in these links at docs.near.org, docs tools near CLI. I recommend you to guys check that link. So I kindly let people in the meeting some also know where. Oh, let me see. Thank you, Cynthia. So yeah, I think most things are already coming. Okay, about the Linux WSL, what if you are using a different OLS? Well, really, if you in order to develop here and here, you need to have the node installed. So that's the basic requirement. We recommend using the Linux because some quirks inside of the new core. But if you are not able to install the WSL, but you are able to install Node itself, that's pretty much enough for all you need to in order for you to use. We just recommend installing the WSL or using Linux itself. I use Linux natively, so I haven't really worked with WSL, so yeah. Okay, let's keep going. As of right now, anybody has any questions? Do you guys understood how to create your wallet account? Want me to repeat something of what I just said? Again, if you can raise your hand here on Zoom, or you can just write the question on the chat. In the chat. Or yeah, I'm seeing no raised hands. Come on, guys, don't be shy. I really like hearing you guys. So or reading you. So any question you have, just go ahead and ask me. There's no problem. Well, since everyone is understanding all of what I'm saying, I'm proud of myself then. Okay, so let's keep going. What we're going to do now, I'm gonna rush through this because we only have 30 minutes left, and that may sound like a lot, but like I said, there's a lot of things I want to teach you guys. I'm gonna close all of this. So yesterday I shared with you this link, examples.near.org. And one of the activities on the Notion document for today is actually to clone one of the projects that's already existing and make it run on your laptop, like make it actually work. So we're gonna use this one, the guestbook example. If we go, it's a assembly script project. And if we open it on GitHub, I did done. I think you have your mic open, so if you can please mute your microphone. Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Dindon. Okay. Let's keep going.
Where's understand? Anaongelea? Kuna jamaa ameweka microphone yake on.
Yeah, Ismail, you have your microphone on?
Hajui Kispanyola.
Ismail, if you can please mute your microphone. So basically, this guestbook, this is the project, this is the GitHub repository, and we're gonna clone it. So that's another thing we need to install. We actually, in order for me to clone this project, I need to have Git install. So that's also something you have to have in mind, right? So I'm guessing most of you already have Git installed. So in order for me to clone, I'm just gonna copy this link and write Git clone and paste that link. That's pretty much it. If I press enter, it's gonna begin cloning this whole project into my computer. I already did this because it takes a while, so I don't want you guys to be here seeing my screen loading. So I already cloned that project and left it here. And that's documents. I create a folder called test1 and the project cloned itself. It's called guestbook. So we can open that project with Visual Studio Code. I already have it open. And once you open it, you're gonna see all of these files. There's a bunch of files. And the first thing we need to do in order for us to have this working on our computer is actually to install all of the dependencies. So every project or these most web projects have this file called package.json. And this is the file I have open here. And this file has the list of all of the dependencies our project needs in order to function. So we need to install them. We don't have them yet, right? So the command we're gonna run is npm install or yarn install, whatever you have. It also takes a while. You just press enter. It starts downloading a bunch of files and it creates this folder that's grayed out here called node modules. That's what this command does. And once it finishes, it means that we already have all the packages we need in order for a project to work, right? So pretty straightforward. Yarn install or npm install. Every time we are going to start we're going to clone some other project, we need to install the dependencies, right? Okay. Now, I'm gonna run a command that's npm start. So while it runs, we can see here on the same file package.json what that command does. So basically, it's saying it runs yarn deploy. That's another command that's around here, and then parcel and the file. This part is actually part of the front end. I think I mentioned it yesterday, but the the certification, we just want you to program the smart contract. We actually don't need you to develop a front end, so you can just disregard this part. We don't really care about the front end, even though I'm gonna show you how it looks. But yeah, this project has already a small front end, but we don't care about it. So we're gonna focus on this command, yarn deploy. So we come here and say deploy. Okay, what does it do? Well, it builds the contract and then runs one of the near CLI commands. It runs this command near deploy. What does this command do? You can actually find it on near documentation, but basically what it does is takes one smart contract we already built, right, with this command, and deploys it on our testnet account. That's what it does. So that account now has a contract, and now we're able to interact with it. It may sound like a lot of things, but trust me, it's pretty easy. I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean by this. So, well, it's going to give you, once you run the npm start, it's going to give you this error. Guestbook, you don't have credentials for this account. Well, of course we don't have the credentials. That account is somebody else's account, so we cannot run transaction. We cannot deploy a contract on an account that is not ours, right? So we're just gonna say that we don't want to proceed in order for it to build, and done. It built the project, and if we click that internal server or command just created, we can see this is the front end for the guestbook. That's nice. What does it do? Well, sign the guestbook. And this is my testnet account, so I'm just gonna write hi NCD Africa and sign the guestbook. It's gonna ask me to actually authorize the transaction. So it's gonna take me to the wallet side. I'm gonna approve this transaction, and that should be pretty much it. Once it loads, we'll see that we just actually wrote something on the blockchain using this small frontend. And here at the very bottom, a class in that testnet, hi NCD Africa. So this now is stored on the blockchain, and we can see it. So yeah, that's cool and all, but like I said, we won't really need front end on this certification, so we can forget about this. I'm gonna now teach you how to do all what we used to do on the console. So let's open our great console. So yeah, okay, we finished looking at the package that JSON file. We don't need it anymore. Now we're going to look at the contract itself. So the contract file is on the assembly folder, and then there's this file called main.ts or main.typescript. It's technically assembly script, but since it's based on TypeScript, it actually uses the same extension. So, but it's assembly script, right? Okay. So we have all of that code, right? The way the contract functions, this code is what it's actually deployed on the guestbook account that we wanted to deploy another contract, but we couldn't because we don't have the credentials, right? But all of that code, we're able to access it under that account. So if you created your account like my class in that testnet account, if I would deploy a contract or deploy this code, I would be able to access to these functions using that contract. Okay, how does it work? In order for me, well, we see there are two functions, add message and get messages. We're gonna use the first one. This is a write function. We're gonna write something to the blockchain, right? So in order for me to use, we're using here the near CLI. So in order for me to write something to the blockchain using that function, I'm just gonna call near call. This call means that I'm gonna use a method that writes to the blockchain. So near call, and what's the name? Well, first, what's the name of the contract? We know the contract is guestbook.testnet. We're gonna call that contract, and we're gonna call the function called add message. Add message, and after that, it's telling us that this function needs to receive a variable called text, a string variable, right? So I'm just gonna send a JSON here, and it's asking me to send a variable called text, and I can put whatever I want on these variables. I'm gonna write hi NCD Africa ×2 because we already did that. And finally, I need to, since I am calling, I am gonna write to the blockchain. I need to put the account that's gonna sign this transaction, right? That's gonna write on the blockchain. So in this case, it's my well, we send this parameter account ID, and that's my account. You would need to write whatever the account you logged in on the CLI. So in this case, mine is this one. If I press enter, it would schedule the call. If we wait a bit, guessbook. Oh, this account doesn't exist. My bad. Let me see if I. Near call. Is this correct? Let me see. I screwed up something. Maybe like that. Yeah, I had a typo or something. I don't know what happened, but yeah, it gives me a transaction ID, and that's it. That since on the function we're not returning anything, it's not telling us anything, but we can very well like put a log in here in order to tell the user, oh, you just wrote a message or something like that. But since this function doesn't do that, it's not sending me anything, right? But yeah, this basically means that we actually wrote on the blockchain. Now we see there's a function called get messages. So we can see if we actually wrote to the blockchain, right? So we're gonna near, and now instead of call, we're gonna use view because we're not writing to the blockchain, right? So near view and the same account, I'm gonna paste it because apparently I can write it. The function is called get messages, And since this function is not requiring to send any variable like this one, I'm just gonna send an empty JSON, and that's it. Since we're just viewing information, we don't need to sign the actual transaction. So I don't have to put the account ID like I did on the last function. But yeah, we can see here that there's our two messages we wrote. The one we wrote via the front end, and the one we just wrote using the console. And if you see, it was exactly the same thing, right? So now with this, you have a project that's deployed on your computer, that's working with NIR, and you're able to actually code your smart contract, right? So if we would add another function here, we could add it and call it whatever we want. And we would build this contract, and we would need to deploy it on a testnet account. So you remember that this actually told us that I don't have the credentials to deploy on that account. If I put any of my accounts that I actually have credentials for, the testnet accounts, it will deploy all of that contract on this account. But if I make some kind of mistake, like maybe I want to delete some functions and deploy some other, so it's not practical to just come here and create another wallet account and then do all of the process and then come and edit this and add my new account. Like that's too slow, right? So I'm gonna teach you another way to deploy these contracts on a developing account. Okay. So well, as of the guestbook, that's it. You have a project. We open the project, we run npm install, we run npm start, and the project deployed and it's working. It's interacting with the blockchain. It's pretty easy. So that's it for this one. We won't be making any more use of that project. So now, I want you guys to create your project from the ground up. And there's a node package or node executable called create near app. It's a neat command that basically creates an app from the ground up, and it's pretty easy to run. So basically, I just need to write in. Well, here's the documentation. I'm gonna send you this link to your chat, just so you guys have it. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Create an app, and you run it like this. I'm using this example, right? npx create. Well, first you need to install it, obviously. So npm install globally and create near app. You click enter, it will install that package, and that would be it. I already have it installed. It takes a while, so now I can use it. npx create near app. Then it says that we can send some options. The options here are for the front end, that it uses React, or because if we don't put this option, it will use basic HTML and CSS, like the raw files. And we can also set it to be a Rust contract, because if we don't put that flag, it's gonna be assembly script for default. So the only option I'm gonna add is this one, because actually that's the only front end I know how to use. So we're gonna put front end React. I want my project to use React, and the name of the project. So I'm gonna call it NCD project, right? If I click enter, it takes a while and creates the files needed. And I already did that, obviously, and it's stored right here. NCD project, I have a folder, and if I open that with Visual Studio Code, I would have all of these files, right? So this is an empty project. What's the first thing we need to do? Of course, npm install. We need to install the dependencies for this project to work because we see a package.json right here. So we write npm install, press enter, and it takes a while and installs all of the files we need in order for this to run. And there's a catch with this this way to create the application. There's actually another package.json right here. So I actually forgot to install this beforehand. Hope it doesn't take a lot. So once we finish installing these packages, we need to navigate to this contract folder. So navigate to contract, and we need to npm install these files too, right? Gonna take a bit because I forgot to do it. Oh, it didn't take long. Oh, nice. Okay, install all of the dependencies, and now technically I can use my project. Okay, so quickly before my time runs out. Again, if we go to the contract and assembly folder, we can see that we have our boilerplate. The create new app gives you this code where you can basically use this code in order for you to start creating your smart contract, right? So we're gonna deploy this code to a near developer account. So we're gonna use well, I'm gonna use this concept because it's bigger. NCD project, okay, we're gonna use near dev deploy. You remember the other project used only near deploy, and that deploys to an existing account. Like I would say my account, a class in that testnet, and the file I want to deploy to that account, right? But we're gonna use near dev deploy, right? In order for me to deploy a file, I need to have built it first, right? So we can see here, if we run npm run build, it's gonna compile the code, it's gonna build it to a WebAssembly file. Remember, all of what we're sending to the blockchain is not assembly script code, it's actually WebAssembly script. Well, WebAssembly, sorry, code. So yeah, this is the file that it built. So I need to dev deploy that file, right? And I think it asks for this parameter, and I'm just gonna give it the route. So it's on contract, it's on build release, and called later that wasn't. So once I click enter to that code, I'm gonna close all of this. Watch what happens. Oh, apart from it taking a while. Hope I don't have another typo, but yeah. Oh, I think I screwed up. Yeah. Perceived vendor. Okay, so this basically is gonna create a dev account. What is this? It's an account that's only created in order for you to actually deploy your contract to. So we can see it's working, and it created. It tells me account. Well, a bunch of stuff, but what we care about is this part: account ID, all of that thing, right? So this is an actual near account. It doesn't have the .near extension, but it is actually a near account, and we can actually call this account in order for us to interact with the blockchain. So if I say near call all of that, and we see that there are two functions in this contract, set greeting, we're gonna call that set greeting. It's asking me to send it a variable called message, and it's a string, so I'm gonna send hi NCD Africa ×3, and I'm gonna assign it And this should work. And that's it. It also doesn't say anything else, but yeah, it ran. So in order for us to check if we actually run to the blockchain, we're gonna use this function, right? So near view instead, because we're gonna use something, we're gonna write the account we just created, or the command just created for us, and it's called get greeting. It's not asking me to send any variable. Oh yeah, it's asking me to send it on my account ID. Okay, so I'm gonna send account ID. Yeah. In this case, it's a class and that testnet. Right. So that should be it. Yeah. High NCD Africa. And that's it. We just created a project from the ground up. This project you guys can mess around with. You can use this for in order for you to build your smart contract, your project. And I think you guys already have a strong foundation on how to actually start going about coding your project, right? So if again, I can just create another function under here, or delete all of these functions and create new ones. And once I created them, I need to build them, build this file, and we run npm run build. Once it builds, it's going to create this file called reader.wasm, and that file we can dev deploy it. Okay, I deploy this to this account, but again, I made some changes, I made some mistakes. I need to create a new account with a new contract. How can I do it? I just come here, this near dev folder that was created by the near dev deploy command. We can just come here, delete it, move to trash, and if I run the near dev deploy command again, it's actually gonna generate a new folder, and it's actually gonna generate a new account. So an empty account. So you see, it's a different account than the one we had before. And you can keep generating as much of this as you need in order for you to test. This actually, yeah, finally, here's the last thing I want to show you. If you go to your home folder, you can see that this folder called new credentials and testnet, and we can see all of the accounts, like a bunch of accounts I created my long career. You can see all of the accounts we have here. It actually creates the keys and stores them in your computer. So you can open them and you can see the keys for the account. You can steal it if you want to. It's okay. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. That's a lot of information, I know, but we actually cover all of what I want to see today. We learn how to install all of the stuff we need. We need to learn how to create a new testnet account. We learn how to use the near CLI. We learn how to deploy an existing project, and we learn how to create a new project, a blank project, in order for you guys to start coding. So yeah, what's next? Read the Notion. Please, that's like I said before, it's your holy grail. Read the Notion. I already sent you the link. If you don't have it, I'm gonna send it again. It's okay. Here, read it. Do the activities. We actually did some of the activities that were meant for today here on the session. And that's pretty much it. You guys are free. Thank you so much for coming. I really hope you guys understood all of what I said. Remember, you can tag me on Discord. I already joined your Telegram group. You can also tag me on there if you have any questions. I'm free to help you guys. But really, try to create your code and try to think about what you want to do with your team. You already have the foundation in order for you to start your project. So I really hope you guys get some cool ideas for your project, and all of you guys get
Excuse. Hi.
Yeah, hi.
Sorry, will this be available, the recording?
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, that was actually my main like the main thing I why I did this, because this is all gonna be available on the recording, so you guys can rewatch this as many times as you want. But yeah, I later will
Where
share
will
with
we
you.
find on the Telegram link or on the on a chat here?
Yeah,
The link.
I can send it either on Discord or on Telegram. It's okay. I'll send it on both.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Lourdes. Okay, so any other questions you may have before we finish with this course?
Excuse me.
Oh, okay, Michael, go ahead.
Yes, I haven't found the Telegram link. Where can I find it, please?
Okay, you are you on the Discord channel? I don't have the Telegram link right now, so I'm gonna send you the Discord one instead, and I can send you the Telegram link right there. Okay, because I lost it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let me send this link. Okay, so also join the Discord if you haven't. And I can. Oh, thank you so much, Paul. Yeah, Paul sent you the Telegram link right here on the Zoom chat, and this is the Discord link. You should join both because I'm gonna be posting information on both of them. Granted, it's the same information, but you don't want to miss out, right? So, any other questions you guys have? I think.
Yeah, hello.
Oh, hello, Paul. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think there are some few questions I have for the sake of those of us who are joining us or joining in for the first time. Maybe you can explain what a call function is, what a view function is, and what signing a transaction is,
Okay,
and
sure.
maybe what a WebAssembly file is. I think the three will do. Thank you.
Okay, quickly. WebAssembly is basically another programming language, but this is the particular language that the blockchain understands. So in order for you to understand what you're coding, we're using assembly script or Rust. But in the end of the day, when at the end of the day, when you compile that file, you're compiling it on a language that the blockchain understands. That's called WebAssembly. That's how the blockchain was made. Okay, so that's really it. You don't have to. In fact, if I open this, the file cannot even be viewed. So you don't have to understand anything about WebAssembly. We're just coding on assembly script or Rust, but the blockchain understands WebAssembly. So that's pretty much it. Also, view function is when I'm just viewing information, right? So that's pretty straightforward. But a call function is when I'm gonna write some information. Okay, I'm gonna show you quickly. If you want to see all of the transactions we've actually made during the course, we can go to this link, explorer.testnet.org. I'm gonna share it with you guys here. And I'm gonna search for my account. Okay, so this is my account. We're seeing every transaction we have made, right? So if you see here, it says that I called a method called setGreeting, and then it says I called a method called addMessage, right? So if you remember, we actually also called a method called getGreeting and a method called getMessage, right? Those were the view methods. We were only viewing information, so we were not actually signing a transaction. We weren't actually registering to the blockchain that we'd call those methods. But with these methods, the set and add, those methods were actually writing to the blockchain. So we need to actually sign those transactions and tell the blockchain, my account, a class and that testnet, is signing that account. So if you guys want to explore it, we actually are writing to the blockchain. So if we actually open this link that's right here, it says right here, signed by my account, right? So that's the difference. View, we're only viewing information. We don't need to sign the transaction, but because we're not modifying the blockchain. But once we actually need try to write to the blockchain, whether it be using a method that writes some information, whether it be actually just sending some tokens like a transaction, I'm writing to the blockchain. So I need to sign that transaction, and that's what's happening here. That's basically the difference, right? So we can see all of the information here, and we can see that only the methods that actually write to the blockchain are being signed to the blockchain. So I don't know if that was clear enough, Paul.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Okay. So again, because of the time, I'm gonna stop right here. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. I really appreciate it. I really hope you guys learned a lot today, and I hope all of this helps you in order for you to start creating your project. Okay. So again, that would be it for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Isaac.
You're welcome. See you guys tomorrow. It's gonna be a big one also, because I'm gonna actually teach you how to write some code. So I think that's what we're all expecting. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow, and have a nice day, or night. Good night, rather.
Blessed day over there.
¿Listo? Ok, déjame stop.
Pues te andaba mandando un mensaje.